What is up, guys? It's your boy Ramirez Rosa Le da Montoya Ricardo Julio Esteban backwards, and today we're doing the review of C. This was another character I was hesitant about because I was like, you know what, they're giving it to us for free. Probably sucks. Just a character to get a character, whatever. Because they want you to think you get a cool reward. Well, it turns out it's a little bit different than that. He's actually pretty decent, and I've got to mess with him for a bit, and I'm going to show you what's up. Alright, so first from the bottom, I'm just going to call it his lightning jutsu. Originally, because I wasn't really messing with him a lot, I would just assume, okay, that's it, that's what I thought it was. It turns out it's a little bit more than that. It's actually a little more doper than that too. You don't have to be horizontal with him. What you can do is you can touch the button and then you can angle the direction in which his lightning goes. So, example, if you're right here, just push downwards to the right and it hits him from that direction. And the same could apply for like if you're on the bottom of him, do it up a bit and it hits him. It's pretty cool. Something I wasn't expecting out of a C rank character, honestly. It's just nice to see. Um, Next is his second ability. Let's see what happens if I push him into that. Just for the okay, that's what I thought. All right. So next, his second ability is a blinding light. Basically, you can't really be too far away from him. What this does is it basically blinds them for like literally a couple seconds, and that's about it. But the cool thing about this is here's his melee attack alone right here. When you blind him, you throw shuriken, and it just does that little nice little effect basically. And you can be a little bit far away. Like I wouldn't say any more than this, but yeah, it blinds them, and you can do that little cool melee ability, which is pretty nice. Lastly, we'll go with this super. I call it like God move, move basically. This is a little interesting because you can actually be a little bit far away and still hit this a skill. I'll show you right here. This is pretty far away, and yeah, it works pretty well. Um, we can find out right here actually if it is just horizontal or not. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you don't have to be horizontal for it. And yeah, it does pretty nice damage for what being a free character. And yeah, here's his melee ability. Uh, Nothing too fancy except for at the very end. He does do a little flip, so like if someone's behind you and you just pull that off, then you can like get behind them or whatever. And the cool thing is these little kunai that he throws on the ground, um, they stay on the ground for a while, like almost like 5 seconds. I think I haven't really counted, but like it's staying for a long time basically. So it's just it's just there, which is pretty cool. It's something that you're not really expecting. And whenever they go into it, damage, boom, goes up. Blind, you could do a little combo like that, and then go into your super. And then if you're close enough to him, then you could just pull that off right there. If you do it faster, anyways, that's how that would work. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a review. Give him a review. The first skill, I'm giving a 6 out of 10. It's not a bad skill at all. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would definitely use it every chance I get because at an advantage look, like that's a pretty big advantage. You get to choose where you want it to go. So in PVE, you could just hit anyone you want. Basically, it's a pretty nice skill. The reason why it's not any higher is because you don't have as much range as you would like with it. Like that's about as much range as you're getting. If you go like now, if I try it for example, yeah, it's not going to hit. So yeah, you can try pushing the joystick or whatever to the left. It's to the right. It's not going to do any further range. Second skill, his light blinding skill, I'm going to give actually a 8 out of 10. It's very underrated. It blinds them, and then you can do an extra special melee attack that you don't really get a lot, which is pretty nice, and you can combo into the first skill or the third skill, whichever your choice is. So it's pretty nice, and in PvE, that's a pretty nice thing, and in PvP, if you can manage to pull it off, that's probably a really nice bonus too. Whew. Alright, the last skill I'm gonna show right here. I'm giving it. I think it's his best skill. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The reason why is because you don't have to be horizontal with him, and you just get so much range. Like literally, as long as he's at the screen, basically, as long as he's on the screen, your opponent, then you're gonna hit him. Basically, the only way it won't is like example like that. That's not gonna hit, obviously. But like if you like right there, then yeah, it will. So I'm giving that a 9 out of 10, and it just destroys honestly. And his melee, um, you know what? I'll be a little nice and give it a 7 out of 10. The reason being is because of the kunai he throws at the very end. If your opponent steps into it, then it's gonna just continuously do like damage, and it stays on the ground for a long time too. And you could probably have example. Let me try to show you an example here. Go up. Well, there was one. I mean, I can't really show you, but you could probably have a couple down on the ground at the same time if you were fast enough. So I'm gonna give it, yeah, I think a 7 out of 10. I think, and overall for PVE, I'll go ahead and give him a 8 out of 10. He's not the best character, and there's way better characters in general, but it's just nice to have something refreshing. He was a free character. Um, I could see some potential if you level him up a bit, like get him more stars and all that, and then yeah, I mean, it could be nice. For PvP, I'm gonna give a 7 out of 10. The reason being is that in PvP, his good skill is basically the blinding light, of course. It's a nice skill, but the first skill, the lightning skill, doesn't really make up for it as much. Especially if, you're an English player, you're most likely not playing in China, so you're going to experience lag. And, it's nice to be able to control where it's going to go, but you can't control the lag, and that's the issue. So, that's the biggest issue. And his, third skill is literally his best thing. So, I mean, yeah, so overall, those are my ideas for him. If y'all enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, and if y'all have any suggestions, hit me up. Peace out.